Alrighty guys, we're back for some mono green aggro, and this is a Dominaria United standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. Also, we do got that relatively new-ish Discord. There's a link in the description if you want to join that up. Okay, there's actually not too much to go over in the list here. We get a couple pack leaders because it's a great one drop, and 4 Iron Apprentice because I wanted more one drop creatures, and there weren't a lot of great ones to choose, but I think the second ability on Iron Apprentice is actually going to be pretty good in this particular build. So when it dies, if it had counters on it, put those counters on target creature you control. There's a new card that came out that's going to help us juggle around counters, which could be interesting. Here's a new card, Tail Swipe, a 1-mana instant. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you cast this spell during your main phase, the creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then those creatures fight each other. Yeah, I think this card looks pretty sweet. A lot of people comparing it to Blizzard Brawl, but of course Blizzard Brawl gave Indestructible, but then you also needed Snowland for Blizzard Brawl to work, or Snow Permanence, my bad. I don't know. This is a good substitute for it for sure, and I can't tell if it's better or worse, or just like a more balanced version of it, maybe. Either way, it looks really good. In our 2-drop spot, we got 4 Gala Greeters. While it's not the most aggressive card in the world, it definitely can pack a punch every turn, getting extra counters potentially. The tapped treasure tokens can go a long way. Just like a little bit of ramp here and there in aggro builds happens to do a lot more than you would ever think. And then the option to gain life too, when there is so many other aggro builds right now on the ladder, like a ton of mono red. We still see Boros. We're seeing some Gruul as well, even mono black aggro too. So you never know when you're going to just choose to gain life off of a couple Gala Greeters. We got 4. Here's another new one. Llanowar Loamspeakers. This is a 2-mana 1/3. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Nice. But the second ability on this is actually pretty good too. You can tap it, target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land. Activate only as a sorcery, so you can't do it on your opponent's turn, but honestly, yeah, this card looks terrific. Already, while recording, we have lost to somebody using Loamspeaker because of the 3/3 land, so yeah, I think it's pretty good. 4 Beastcallers. I don't know how to pronounce that first part. Quirion maybe? Yeah, Quirion Beastcaller. That's what I'll say for now. 2 mana 2/2. This card looks insane too, guys. This deck has a lot of power packed into it. I cannot wait to play with some of these because I haven't yet, obviously. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Quirion Beastcaller. Nice. When Beastcaller dies, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Quirion Beastcaller. Yeah, you just can kind of distribute them wherever the heck you want. You don't have to plug it all into one creature. So yeah, I think this card looks pretty good, and paired with Iron Apprentice, maybe we will end up juggling counters back and forth. Iron Apprentice dies because you used it in a tail swipe to get rid of an opponent's creature. Well, just plug those counters on Beastcaller, and now if Beastcaller dies, you can eventually distribute those counters again, maybe even back to another Apprentice. I don't know if you'd want to go back to an Apprentice, but it's just something to think about, I guess. We have 2 Yavimaya Iconoclasts. Bro, the new set, man. I don't know how to pronounce anything. I'm sorry. 2 mana 3/2 with Trample. Yeah, it has a kicker cost too for a red mana. So if it enters the battlefield kicked, it gets +1/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. While we don't have any red sources in our actual mana base, we have 23 total lands, by the way, with a Who Endures. it doesn't matter because we can get treasures off of Gala Greeters, and Loamspeaker also taps for any color as well. And most of the time, you're probably just going to play this out on turn 2 without worrying about the kicker, because a trample 3/2 is pretty good, especially when you have other cards in here that can actually buff this. Like when Beastcaller eventually dies, it would be ideal to put those counters onto a card with trample as well, so that way the opponent can just like not chump block for once. Iconoclast seems good, but yeah, we only have 2 of them in this particular build, but I could totally see 4 of them. And this is a reason to actually play Gruul as well, but only mono green today. So in our 3-drop spot, we got 4 Jewel Thief, 3 mana 3/3 Vigilance Trample. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. So another way to get a treasure, more ramp, another way to get a red source for the Iconoclast as well, and just more trample. Again, if you're plugging the counter off of the Apprentice or Beastcaller onto these trampling cards, pretty good, I'm telling you. Also, Vigilance gets around the Wandering Emperor, which we are seeing everywhere right now. So got 3 Kodamas, 3/3 Reach, legendary creature. You might not see it too often. Modified creatures you control have trample, and that's the main reason it's in here, because you can go turn 2 Beastcaller into turn 3 Kodama. It immediately gets the counter because you cast a creature spell, and now it also has trample. So the opponent really needs to remove it. But if they remove this, then you can put the counter on Kodama. Now Kodama has trample, so yeah, it's pretty good. I really like Beastcaller into a turn 3 Kodama, but we don't want 4 of them because it is legendary as well. In our 4-drop spot, we got 4 Ulvenwald Oddities, a 4 mana 4/4 trample haste, and that's all I needed. But it also has this second ability here for 7 mana, which is not going to be that bad, honestly. Transform Ulvenwald Oddity, so it transforms into Ulvenwald Behemoth, trample haste 8/8. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. So why is that 7 mana not going to be too bad? Well, the second ability on Kodama is whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So this helps you ramp and thin out your deck, and you can ramp a lot with Kodama. But then don't forget, you get the treasure on Jewel, you can go for the treasure on the Gala Greeters. You have the ramp on the Llanowar Loamspeaker as well. So it's not going to be too bad, honestly, to eventually get to 7 mana if a game goes on for too long. So yeah. On the very top end of the build, we have an Unnatural Growth. This is an enchantment. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until the end of turn. So what I've been liking to do in a lot of my aggro builds recently is actually have 1 or 2 like 5-drops that just close a game. And Unnatural Growth, you can't ask for a better way to just close a game, especially in a deck that is rocking so many powerful trample creatures. Now we also have the green Defiler here too. This is a 5 mana 6/6 with trample. Woo! As an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost 1 green less to cast if you paid life this way. So again, maybe another reason to gain life off of Gala Greeters too. So this effect only reduces the amount of green mana you pay. Whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Oh, buddy. Now, I didn't want too many of these because I really wanted to focus on the aggressive side of this. And when we get Beastcaller down, you know, maybe we can play a couple creatures, maybe even 3 creatures on the next turn because we have 6 1-drops in here, you know. So I really wanted the deck to be fast and not focus on the mid-range side of things. So yeah, only 1 of them, but this could also help us close a game pretty fast, huh? Then, of course, the 23 land I went over, and I didn't actually add any honorable mentions today. So let me know what should be some honorable mentions. What do you guys think would be good in the deck? Of course, we'll have to wait till after the matches for me to have anything. But yeah, either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. see if we can get right into the first match. Hey, not bad. 9 seconds? As long like anything under 10 seconds is pretty darn good, honestly. I'm excited and nervous to play this deck because I put a lot of thought into building this one. So like I really want it to be good. Okay, some Phoenix Chick action from the opponent right away. Very nice. So let's get that Beastcaller down as early as possible, because if we can get it to a range where Lightning Strike won't hit it, because right now they want to Lightning Strike the Beastcaller before it gets out of the range. Okay, play with fire. That'll do it too, huh? If we went Loamspeaker, this also could have been gobbled up by like a Lightning Strike or something. Yeah, we better go Loamspeaker this time though, since we missed a land drop there. Do have 23, which is definitely gonna be enough for this build. Oh, Loamspeaker about to die too. Oh, Chandra. Okay, well if they plus the Chandra, they might want to just play with fire our face. Right? No, they go play with fire for the Packleader actually. They're anticipating us swinging at the Chandra maybe? So Tailswipe takes out the Phoenix Chick, but I would rather kick the Iconoclast and take out the Chandra. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah, missing land drops, that is not good. But we do have the ramp and everything else we need, so okay, we can totally outpace this. We can get there. Number one, we gotta take out the Stormseeker. Go +1. We actually get a pretty good swing here. We get a pretty good swing. So we'll do this on our turn so we can get that swing in for 4. We can totally outpace this, guys. We can do this. The Loamspeaker is going a long way for us actually casting our cards. Radha, okay. Okay. 2 Radha's Firebrands. That's pretty scary. That's really scary, actually. So those block really well. We can't, like, actually go any land here. I think we swing. I think we swing. This is power less than, so it's not less than or equal to, but that isn't too bad. Yeah, we don't want to power up a land. Let's swing. Jewel Thief has Vigilance too. They do end up blocking the Jewel Thief, so they're down to 7 because of all that trample damage. Kodama hits the board here, and we are struggling to find mana for the first game, unfortunately. Trust me, guys, I'm pretty sure 23 mana is enough, but hey, maybe in the final thoughts I'll go over why we should go up to 24 mana. We'll see. Hey, let's go, guys. Wow, I wonder if they only had land in their hand or something. Huh. Oh, don't even pay attention to these first 2 games, guys. I don't know what that is. Different version of the deck for sure. Aw, man. What was I doing testing mono green somewhere? You guys know I like to have a nice clean whenever like the deck win rate is up there, I like to have it nice and fresh for the video, because generally speaking, if I ever do test the deck, I change it, and I change it a lot. And if I don't remember those 2 matches, that would have meant that actually, yeah, because I just crafted all 4 of the Beastcallers before the video, so it's a very different version of the deck. That's funny. Oh well. Oh well. Either way, the overall win rate, I guess, is 66%, which is still really good for now. Only 2 land again. Now I'm scared. Now I'm wondering, you know? We should be able to see land without any issues. Okay. So probably into the Loamspeaker again on, well, we went Beastcaller the first time, but Loamspeaker, it looks like if we don't, okay, that's good. Whatever we play probably eats a counter though, and it's not like we gotta play around Juari, it's more like make disappear nowadays, so like the Iron Apprentice still would get gobbled up. It's less of a target though. Start with a swing. We definitely have to be cautious about counter spells, but if we hold it back... Yeah, I'm gonna try the Iron Apprentice. It's like a make disappear on the Apprentice is pretty good for us overall. And if it hits, it hits. Yeah, that's good too. Pass it right back to us. Yeah, I figured. Okay. Let's go ahead. Swing for 2, and I don't want our Loamspeaker to die. After it was so important for our last game, I'd rather them counter the Beastcaller. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna try the Beastcaller. It could have also been the Iconoclast, but that could be a pretty good surprise if we can get Loamspeaker onto the board. Nice, Beastcaller hits, which means it might be some simple removal here instead. March of the Otherworldly Light, yeah, that'll do it. And it exiles too, so even if we were getting the counters. Okay, well, that's Wandering Emperor territory. I really don't want my Ulvenwald Oddity to just get gobbled up by a Wandering Emperor. I think I'd rather go for the Loamspeaker. Now it is playing around a make disappear too. I'm gonna go Loamspeaker before we swing too. Maybe that'll change exactly what they do here. Because how this works then is if they Wandering Emperor and they would go for the 2/2 Samurai. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the Iconoclast back. Control's so hard to play around, especially when we don't know exactly what new cards they would be playing. Ah, they Fateful Absence. At least we have the clue open then. We have the clue open. I'll wait for their turn to do that though. Just gonna pass it back. They're missing a 5th land drop, so that's good news. Who do we hit here? Forest, okay. That's fine. Oh, another Oddity too. Alright, since we have 3 oddities, we might as well... we might as well start trying to drop them every turn. We got 1 a turn for a little while here. This one hits, but this really feels like a Wandering Emperor. We still swing though. If we hold the oddity back, it's not an Emperor. Are we getting lucky? Something's up. Yeah, they're cycling. So they didn't want to play that, I guess. They wanted to cycle it. Huh. Okay. Okay. Beastcaller. I mean, we have lethal if we can get the other oddity onto the board. So I might as well try it. Since the first oddity hit, we gotta try it, you know? There's 10 damage here. There's the Wandering Emperor. Okay, so they decided that they could last an extra turn and went for the cycle ability instead. So nice. I wonder, the worst case scenario here is they have another Wandering Emperor, right? They do this, they pass, and then they just have a second one. That's like worst case scenario for sure. We got 6 forests on the board. So if we go Beastcaller and then into the oddity, then it's really easy for them to make disappear. So I'm just gonna go oddity, save these other 2 back. That's the 3rd oddity though, so only 1 more in the deck. Like I said, worst case scenario is a second Wandering Emperor. As far as I know, there's probably some new cards squeezed into this deck somewhere. There's the make disappear, and they actually go for the casualty here too. So we're gonna go ahead and decline. which means we have 6 damage here, which means they probably have removal. So another Fateful Absence is likely. So we're probably getting 2 through on the Apprentice. And then at that point, it's going to be March of the Otherworldly Light, huh? They're running out of cards, guys. I'm going to get the Beastcaller down. Oh, it's sketchy. But I want to make sure we have lethal on the board. In case they don't have anything, you know? So no board wipe. That's good. Passes back to us. We don't have the kicker on the Iconoclast, unfortunately. Yeah, the Loamspeaker can really go a long way in this deck. Second, another March of the Otherworldly Light. Well, I mean, hey, we had 3 oddities, so I am sketched out to play this down. Three Marches, 1 Wandering Emperor gone. I'm gonna play it. So there's actually, like, there's good reasons to hold it back, to keep it in your hand, right? And that is, like, big board wipes. There we go. Let's go, guys. We got there against some control. That was really hard to play against. Maybe I was just overthinking it, though. So far, video win rate 100%, total deck win rate 75%, but don't look at those first 2 games, guys. It must have been a very different version of this build. I'm going to say that after every match, just a warning. Just also for people who are skipping around the video, too. Day 9? Hey, this isn't actual day 9, is it? That's not like the day 9, right? Oh, I don't know if this is keepable. I'm gonna mulligan. Oh, much better. Oh, much better. I'm gonna ditch the Kodama here. Get that Packleader down. And then we're probably gonna go right into Gala Greeters. Yeah, Taurus, Proving Ground. Okay. Start with a swing. So they let that go through. There's no way this is the day 9 though, right? Oh, they cut down? Aw, oh, man. Gala Greeters, come back. The Jewel Thief is probably the best bet for turn 3 here. Let's start with the swing. Rocking some Jund over there. That's pretty scary. No blue though, so if anything, it's just more removal. I'm scared and I'm gonna check, like, I'm gonna check after this video, of course, to see what Day 9's actual, like, name is and stuff. Soul of Windgrace and the Riveteer Charm taking that out is pretty bad. Soul of Windgrace, that's scary, man. Oh, man. Is it Oddity? I think they take the Oddity damage. They also take the Iconoclast too, though. So let's go Loamspeaker. And we'll save Oddity for next turn, because they probably take this 4 damage here. And then Oddity's like a little surprise for next turn, because we still have the 4 mana. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, this name, it has me, like, nervous. Tail Swipe. Oh, buddy. We don't know what they could keep open here. Let's attempt the Tail Swipe. I'm gonna play this first and see what happens. Because they have 5 mana open. Like, this has to be removal of some kind, right? I'm gonna keep the Packleader since it can artificially grow. Attempt the Tail Swipe and let the Iconoclast bite the dust. And then swing for 7. Might be a little greedy. We could swing in first. with the Oddity and see if they traded, but again, we don't know what's in hand. Infernal Grasp, nice. So the tail swipe kind of just fizzles out here. Let's see if they end up blocking. They do end up blocking. Are they gonna pay the 3, discard a land? Yep. That's pretty brutal, guys. That's pretty brutal. Draw a card. Yeah, look at all the land. Oh man, this card looks really good. Defiler, wow, really good draw. Really, really good draw. So what do you guys think? Is that a land in their hand? Do you guys think it's a land? If it is a land, okay, they had another land. That's pretty intense, guys. That's actually insane. All right, I'm gonna swing because I don't think they trade. They take the 4 down to 6. Okay, it's looking like this could go either way. Fable off the top, nice. Okay, Tenacious Underdog. Land. That's no good. That's no good, guys. Let's power up a land. Let's full swing. Because this has trample, so like they need to deal with that somehow. And like if we can just keep powering up these extra forests that we're drawing. Oh, nice. They stop all the trample and they're taking 3 here. So we're gonna go like that. And they actually trade with the underdog. So I wonder if the Loamspeaker can get us there, guys. They discard Riveteer's Overlook. Spacious Underdog in the grave right now isn't looking too good. Down to 1. They're going for the draw here for removal, but if it's like an Infernal Grasp or something. The Defiler was such a good draw. Hey, GG, bro. Oh my goodness. We are on a win streak right now. That is awesome. I really hope that wasn't like the actual day 9 though, because that would be very scary. That would be very, very scary. You guys will have to let me know in the comments too, just in case I forget. Have you guys ever been up against a big like streamer or YouTuber like that? If that was, right, that could have easily not been them. Like I said, I want to check, but let me know. You guys ever battle like, I don't know, like CGB or Hello Good Game or something? Or me, have you guys ever been up against Red? That's funny, actually. But for real, if you guys ever do see my name down there, let me know. I'd be interested to know if I ever go up against one of you guys. Tenacious Underdog. All right. I'm gonna go no swing here. This looks like them just slamming down the underdog on turn 2. This could be like Mardu. This could be a Mardu aggro. Okay, Fable. They go for the swing. I'm gonna block. Yeah. Give the Loamspeaker a way to successfully block both of these next turn. I mean, we're not going to because slamming down an Oddity seems a lot better, but we're going to get ramp. We don't have a meaningful way to kill the Shaman unless we did just hold back blockers. So we'll see. We'll see if Oddity... Turn 3 Oddity is pretty powerful, so we'll see if that was worth them getting a little bit of extra ramp here and everything. Guys, after that last match, I'm sweating, man. I'm sweating. The deck seems pretty good. It kind of has a lot of answers, I guess. I don't want to say answers necessarily, because it's not like we can deal with absolutely everything. But it's got like, it's got what you need, you know? Does that make sense? We'll see. We'll see if it makes sense, right? The perfect example of... Oh, nice. Okay. Spirited Companion. I was going to say... Okay. Okay, Beastcaller. Dude. That's so good. Kodama might just be better, though, here. In this particular scenario, because we do get a little bit of ramp. Nah, let's get Beastcaller. Actually, let's full swing first. See what happens here. Down to 10. Beastcaller, Llanowar. So we could have chose to play Kodama and or Beastcaller and Kodama by tapping this for mana, but I think extra damage was the choice. How do you guys feel about that? Next turn, it's both cards for sure. Even if we don't get a forest, like, we want to tap down one of our Loamspeakers, because the more we can buff the Beastcaller and then give it trample off of the Kodama, it seems kind of insane, right? Oh, I'm thinking about that last game, and like when we swung in and pretty much gambled, saying like, oh, if they have a land to discard, they get that indestructible, and then the oddity would die. Like, it ended up working out, but it's not going to work out every time, and that card looks really good, so I guess be careful with that. Two extra. Alright, we are going to block one of these and take the 5. I was trying to think, like, what's the odds that they actually just remove the Loamspeaker instead of, like, if it's a Lightning Strike, they're going to go for the Beastcaller, you know? And I don't want to use the Beastcaller here, because if they do have something like a Seismic Wave, we haven't seen Seismic Wave yet, but if it's there, then it would be horrendous for us, you know? So Obnixilis. Okay, we're gonna choose to take some damage here. Gonna choose to take some damage because we don't know if we're gonna draw a creature. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, guys! Opponent, slow down, please! Oh my! Oh no! That's terrifying, dude! An Obnixilis and a Liliana in one turn. And we drew land. That's pretty bad. We do get to power up some lands and swing in, though. Actually, we could power up Oddity. A 5, power up Oddity, full swing. They're forced to block, but then we probably die. We'd have 11. We'd have 12 damage, so they're definitely forced to block. But then we're dead on their turn, because we'd be fully tapped out. So we do have to choose a little bit of a different path here. We can keep this Loamspeaker back and Kodama back to block. But this has trample too, so if we don't take out the Obnixilis, they're gonna be dealing 4 damage to us. Oh man, this is tough decisions, guys. Swing at face. They have the -2 as well on that. Gonna +1 both of those. Oh, it's not looking great for us, guys. Even if I choose to take out some of these, they get like that extra turn of being able to ramp with the Shaman, and we're not going to successfully remove any of these Planeswalkers except for the main Obnixilis. So I think we're dead, so I'm just swinging all at face like I like to do. So they could take all 11 damage here and be completely fine. Yeah, there might be like a different way to do it, but I'm like really satisfied with how the deck has played out. So it's 100% okay to say, okay, we're pretty much done here. So they plus both of the Obnixilis. They're gonna gain 4 life. We're gonna go down to 4. They can copy this full swing. We can only block 2 of them, and so I believe that's just game. After plussing both of these, hey, you know what? They can also Liliana, but we'll just get rid of this Loamspeaker. You know what would be good too? You could actually get rid of the Beastcaller and then spread out the counters. That could be cool too. Yeah, let's do that. Just for funsies, you know? That's pretty cool. I love that you can choose the creatures that it goes on to as well. They can even blitz out the underdog. Woo! I wonder if there's a way through here, though. I do wonder if there is a way for us to successfully... Yeah, if we would have targeted the Obs... There's a problem with that, too. They could just, like, let the Ob Nixilis die whenever we swing at it, and then just still full swing at our face anyways. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Copying the underdogs there. So, yeah, 5 damage gets through either way. Drop the GGs. That was a good game. Like, the opponent had some serious power packed into the deck. And guess what, guys? We have time for one more, so let's do this. I'm pleased, man. I'm pleased overall with how the deck has performed today, for sure. I'm still thinking if... I really hope that wasn't the actual day 9. I don't know why. Like, they're just other Magic players, you know? But I can't be alone in thinking or getting nervous when you know what I mean? I can't be alone. Yeah, not a bad hand at all. Wow. Yeah. Wow, we got a Beastcaller too. Holy cow. The fact that we go first. Oh man, yeah. This is good. It's a good hand. Tenacious Underdog. Hey. An all-star for the opponents today, huh? I'm gonna go Beastcaller here. Thinking about these tail swipes and how we want to do this. I think we'll take the damage from underdog. This might be mono black control with a bank buster. They save a blocker back. Kodama's good. But it's not as good as going Gala Greeter into the Packleader. They can crew up the Bank Buster. So a Tail Swipe. Tail Swipe now. They still get their Bank Buster. Yeah, we're gonna play the long game here. Let's get this Beastcaller above a Meat Hook for sure. Let's go for the treasure token. Yeah, because a Meat Hook for 2 would still be just as devastating as you'd expect. So not going token there. And we don't want to get rid of the Beastcaller just yet. Because, yeah, Meat Hook for 2 could happen next turn. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. There might have been a better way to play that out. Like I said, Meat Hook for 2 would still be just as devastating. So, an extra counter on the Gala Greeters. It's just nice to have that treasure instead. Soul Transfer! That exiles! No! My Beastcaller! How dare! Luckily, I still think these tail swipes are going to come in handy, but being able to just... Okay. Okay there, slow down. Slow down, game. Yeah, that's all 3 of them, huh? Let's start with the tail swipe. We're gonna get the Kodama down, but they want to crew up Bank Buster now so we don't get a really good swing here. And we use the Apprentice so we can plug that counter onto something else. And I think we're gonna plug it onto Gala Greeters, drop Kodama, and get another counter and hope that they don't just turn 5 Meat Hook for 3, you know? So underdog is out of here, can no longer crew up that Bank Buster next turn. And I hope that this is an okay play. Get that counter. Okay. Bank Buster stops our attack that time round. Yeah, the Soul Transfer, the exile on this, that's rough, man. Soul Transfer is a great option for a build like this too because of the Bank Buster. What's the enchantment that they have, though? that mono black control would have. What would that enchantment be? Okay, Graveyard Trespasser. If we top deck a land, we use that to discard to get rid of the Trespasser. Yeah, that'll work. So let's go. Do we want to do Kodama here? They have one swamp open is the problem, so a cut down could still hit the pack leader, but it can't hit the Greeters or the Kodama. We get +1. We're going to discard our land, so let's use the Kodama here. Are you sure? Yes, I am. You got to resolve it and then discard. So they're going to Corrupt Bankbuster again. Discard the forest. They don't Corrupt Bankbuster this time round. Huh. Good swing. Excellent swing. We get a little bit of ramp here too. Now if we like top deck an Oddity or something, then we're good to go, huh? Yeah, you want to get them as low as possible so the underdog hurts them. It already hurts them Hey, there's the cut down. Why didn't they do that on their turn? Or on my turn? Maybe they just drew it. Have 2 swamp open. That could easily be an Infernal Grasp. I'm gonna see if anything sticks here. It doesn't. That counter, I suppose. Swing for 7. Very nice. We get to thin out the deck even more. And a Meat Hook for 4 is what the opponent's hoping for, but if they have Meat Hook for 4, then, I mean, I guess it's just a GG. Nope, they're searching. What else could it be? 4 mana. They're looking at the underdog. They must have ran out of removal, guys. Sorin, nice. Dude. Lucky us, we get to take this out. Might as well do it now. And then just full swing at the opponent's face. Since they're tapped out, you know? Good game, opponent. Let's go, guys. Total deck win rate, 71%, but don't pay attention to those first 2 games. That was a very different version of the deck, so at least the first 2 games was a loss and a win, so it kind of balanced each other out. But yeah, we played 5 games today, 3 wins in a row at the beginning, then a loss, and then another victory. I like the deck, but overall, there's got to be something we can add to it. Right now, I do know one thing. Since we don't really know where the meta is settling just yet, we don't know exactly what to play. We don't know if Tamiyo Safekeeping, for example, would be good in here or not. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Like, do we have to play 4 Tail Swipes, for example? It happened to be very good right now, but maybe the meta settles somewhere else, and the Tail Swipes are kind of just like sitting in our hand at some point. You never really know. Maybe 4 is too much anyways, even currently with all the extra aggro that everyone's playing. I personally don't think so, but worst comes to worst, you could just drop this to 3 and then add something else. Oddity was amazing, Kodama was awesome, Beastcaller was cool. Hey, Iron Apprentice. I like it. I like it in here, guys. I think it's an alright 1-drop. We wanted more 1-drops. We wanted like enough creatures on the front end of the build to be able to boost the Beastcaller and get the Gala Greeters flowing. So Iconoclast. Yeah, I like it. We weren't able to kick it as much as I thought we were going to be able to, but it's kind of just like an extra little ability. The fact that it's still just a 3/2 with Trample, that you can plug those extra counters in off of the Apprentice or the Beastcaller, it just happens to be pretty cool. And then, of course, on the top end, we didn't get to see the Unnatural Growth, but an Iconoclast with Unnatural Growth, that's also just really good, right? Just because of the Trample. Jewel Thief was awesome as well. You get to see a Who Endures. This is another thing too, right? It depends where the meta settles. Are we going to see more artifacts? Are we going to see more enchantments, for example? Do we want 2 Who Endures in here instead of just the 1? We don't know. I have no idea. We'll see where it settles though, huh? I really like the deck, and I think it might be possible to climb with it. It sure felt pretty strong, and it felt like we had a lot of answers, so I don't know. You guys let me know. Oh, Loamspeaker was awesome. Loamspeaker was an MVP, wasn't it? I love the fact that we can power up lands with this, and I like swinging in with little 3/3s. That's actually really good, isn't it? Yeah. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. If you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video.